Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 37 pre-shoot. Well, my name's Paul. It's one of those rare occasions where we're shooting a show at the same time that a game is going on. So the third period is currently going. I've got the laptop set up over here so we can kind of glance over and see if they're scoring or not scoring or what's happening there. But we are ready and prepared to take your comments and your questions. I'm assuming we're going to get probably some more interactions after the game is over. Right. But for now, at least, we'll all kind of sit and enjoy the game together. So awesome. By the way, if you're tuning in, please let us know where you got the link from, if it was Twitter or Discord or whatever else. We're just kind of curious where people are hearing about us. So we're posting in a few different areas this time, I think.
Yeah, and also let us know where you are.
Yes.
Because I think that was fun last week.
Montana,
Arkansas, Oregon, Ottawa.
Yeah, Ottawa. A lot of
just late.
A lot of not San Jose's in there. I was very surprised. So definitely looking forward to hearing that from you guys as well. We also have Super Key Grip Joe back in the studio. Yeah, he's on the mic too, right? You can hear him, I hope.
Hopefully,
so,
I don't know.
Mic check, 1, 2.
I could label off some fat beats. No, we got a Go Shark so far.
Hey, all right. Yeah.
And somebody noticed that is a Pavelski 31 goals. And what's none of your thoughts? That would be Luke.
My thoughts on 31, we're 9 away. That's my thought on it. I mean, we kind of figured 30 was a lock. And 40 was kind of what we were counting toward. In fact, the last time around, you were saying, hey, it's 29, there's only 11 to go. And I'm going, well, let's celebrate the upcoming milestone first before we get to the 40.
We're already past that milestone.
Yeah, now we are. Yeah, exactly.
Gotta walk before you can crawl.
So, yeah, 31. Amazing. Great season. And he's got plenty of games left. So, hopefully he hits 40. I'd love to see him hit 40.
I think he'll definitely hit 40.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's plenty of games left. So.
I mean, I'll say this too for 31 or not 31, that hopefully will stick and be the game-winning goal. That's all I'm looking for.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5 left.
Yeah,
at least
so
on our feed right now.
If you're not watching the game for whatever reason, currently the score is 3-2 Sharks, and there's 3.5 minutes left in the third period. So, so far so good. Hopefully we, like Joe says, hopefully it sticks. Be nice if Pavelski picks up that the game-winning goal, and. I don't know.
All right, if there's an empty netter, who's going to get it?
Empty netter, Joe Thornton.
That's true.
They're going to put him on the ice, right?
Yeah.
You put your possession guy on the ice.
So he'll have another milestone.
Yeah.
Most career empty net goals.
Is he on the cusp?
He's up there, man.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got a lot.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that list somewhere.
I was going to say, my favorite Thornton empty net, though, was the one he passed off the post to Burns.
Yeah.
And then Burns jabbing at him saying, like, oh, yeah, no, we talked about that before the game. If he had a chance, he was going to pass it to me. Because that was the year that he had, like, 1.5 million assists and, like, 2 goals.
Yeah.
So, actually, a good question here from, let me read this name here, Robot BA89.
Okay.
He's saying, I get YouTube notifications, so that's, if you're asking where they got them from. On a more serious note, besides Jumbo and Crankshaft, what are the best nicknames in Sharks history?
Okay, so first of all, when you say on a more serious note, I think it's that you subscribe to and ring the bell. So seriously, thank you for that. And if you're not doing that, seriously, you should. The best nicknames. I recently had discovered Owen Nolan was Buster, and I kind of like that one because it fits his style of play. He was the Buster. Go out there and just knock people over.
I don't know if it was a nickname, but they love to tease Mike Ricci that he was the sexiest man. Voted in Colorado right before he got traded to the Sharks. So he was voted sexiest athlete in Colorado or something. Was this 1996? Maybe earlier, but. I think that's hilarious because if you look at him, especially back even now, you're like, wow.
Well, because there's a story, I can't remember who told the story, but Ricci was on a date with someone, and she said, oh, you're really sexy. And he goes, I am? And she goes, yeah. He goes, hold on. He pulls his teeth out, puts it in his cup of water, and he goes, how about now?
God. That's what I was going to ask. I was like, were they voting with, like, is it game Ricci or is it... Because that's like, Burns has some nice teeth when he's not playing,
hockey. Well, the fake
teeth,
he?
Yeah. Does he have his fake teeth?
Yeah.
I
thought he doesn't wear them.
At this point, he probably doesn't bother.
This was a couple years ago. Yeah, now everybody knows they're, so.
But, Crankshaft's a really good one. Obviously, that's holds significance. By the way,
Donkey's pretty good. Don Father.
The Don Father. By the way, if you're not able to watch right now, we're just going to keep you up to date. Vancouver just pulled their goalie. It's 1.5 minutes left, and they are pressuring hard in the Shark zone right now.
And who do you guys think will get the... empty netter goal if there is one?
Yeah, put that in the comments.
I'll say Kane.
I'm just trying to think of more nicknames. We had a whole episode that we did of nicknames that we liked.
We did.
But it was like
you did like
Cooch,
a game, trying to.
Yeah, we played a game. It was fun. I had fun.
I think Nabokov was called John.
No, that was just the name.
Right.
That was, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Nabby. I mean, all those ones where you kind of cut them short, those are kind of generic. But, you know, Jumbo, that's not like
The
Joey.
Professor.
The Professor.
Igor Larionov.
Oh,
is
wow.
The Professor.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The Wizard. Whitney.
Ray Whitney.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a
Sending
couple
us
good
old
ones in
ones.
there. I like the ones where it's more than just, like, throwing a Y at the end of the guy's name.
Yeah.
I mean, it was even Suter. I remember one time on
Sooty.
No, Sutery.
Sutery.
Drew Remenda who called him Sutery, I think. And I'm like, really? You're just literally making the name longer.
You're adding a syllable.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why you would do that. But, no, so, yeah, I think you got some good ones there. Crankshaft and Jumbo are probably some of the better ones. But, I don't know. Joe, you got any other ones that nicknames?
I'm trying to think, like, the recent... Because, I mean, I've watched far less hockey than you guys have. I just started recently. Trying to think of the big players.
Yeah,
like,
you're right, though. Donfather's pretty good. The Donfather. I like that one.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. So, what are we at? Like 30 seconds left now or something? I missed the time. They just cut to a replay. Any other questions, by the way, or comments?
well, so...
where are people from? Where are they viewing us from?
So you got Luke, who was asking about Pavelski 31 earlier, watching from Berkeley, also gets YouTube notifications.
Okay.
But as far as questions, Pickles, dude.
Yeah.
He just said that right
Pickles
now.
is hard. You're right. Pickles is a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good one.
I love the shirt that Caraway Clothing does.
Yeah.
The Vlasic jar.
Yeah. With the stork or whatever it is. Yeah, that one's a good one.
I bought that for... Yeah, you bought it too, huh, Jay? Yeah. I bought it for a friend of ours.
I went to work.
It's her favorite. Vlasic's her favorite
Yeah.
player.
Nice. Oh, that's right. I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
So CG has a full statement here. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, is this who should we trade for? But listen to the whole thing. Would not making a trade be a bigger statement to the locker room when trading for anyone? I feel like the only things the Sharks need is chemistry, and that would only be hurt with a trade.
You know, I don't even know that they necessarily need chemistry. I think it's because you see, like Vlasic right now is back to his struggling ways, right? I don't think that's a chemistry issue so much as just he's just having a rough go right now. I don't know. Again. You know, we're happy with the group we have, and we have faith in the guys that we have. Think about all the fans that keep saying, hey, let's trade Kevin
He's on the
Labanc.
ice right now.
Who?
Pickles. Oh, that just hit the post.
Okay. But think about all the fans that are saying, hey, trade Labanc, right?
Or they hit his stick.
They said that, and then he got, what, like 5 goals since?
Yeah,
since
right? And so I think that says something to that player. Hey,
Well,
you know what? We have faith in you. Yeah, we got a lot of people saying, you know, that you're having a hard time playing offensively, or Vlasic, he's playing poorly defensively right now. But you know what? We have faith in you guys, and we know that when you turn it on, you're going to be a big asset to this team, bigger than anybody we're going to bring in with 20 games left to play, right?
You know, most of those players too, they see that stuff, and Labanc knows that people have been talking.
Update, the Sharks have just won 3-2. The Vancouver did not score on their empty net attempt there, so yeah.
Westerner 83 was calling Pavelski if anyone was going to get one.
Yeah.
Oh, for the empty netter?
Yeah.
But usually it's Jumbo. I mean, it's almost as sure as LeBanc's going to sit in the penalty box.
He's not on the ice.
Yeah, I know, but usually when he's out, or
Right.
when they pull the goalie, they got Jumbo on the ice. Whatever.
Ugh.
Anyway, so good news for tonight, at least. The Sharks just beat Canucks, so that puts us back into first, doesn't it?
No, I think they're still tied because
I think
Flames
Calgary
played as well
won.
today.
Calgary
They
won.
picked up a win. Okay.
And I think we got one game in hand over them.
Yeah.
Game in hand? Or
Sorry,
we
I
played
said that.
one
Yeah,
game?
that's
one more.
We played one more
Yeah.
game? Okay.
It's like the whole reverse thing there.
Well, so we're back in a tie for first then, which is yay.
Which is fine because if you
tiebreakers
look at the
then.
points underneath them, it's like, you know,
Yeah.
before it was who was the other team that was like
Vegas.
Vegas?
Close.
It's like 70-something, and then Vegas is like 60-something, and
75
everyone else is in the 50s.
Now it's like 77-77,
Yeah.
and then it drops like 17 points.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Because
for
before
sure.
it was the top 3, and then 10 points or 12 points.
Well, and that's the nice thing about trying to take first. Honestly, I could really care less where we end up in the standings, other than the fact that as first in the West, or just first in the Pacific even, you're going to play one of those wild cards, and the wild cards right now are so low on points. It just tells you, you know, how much
None
of
of
a
those-
50-50 team those teams.
Yeah,
they're
a lot
probably
of
gonna
those
be
teams
easier
don't
win.
have the depth that the Sharks do,
Yeah.
and they're just gonna. It's gonna be like last year when we played Anaheim. I
Four
don't
and
know
out.
about a sweep.
Yeah.
I don't know about a sweep, but it'll be a dominant series. I think.
I mean, having watched basketball now for a couple of years, the playoffs it truly is a completely different season for hockey. It's like you got the top teams that go in and it's like, oh well, 8-1. I mean, I've been watching the one get knocked out by 8. You watch like a basketball. It's like no, pretty much that 8 is always
I think
gone.
that's happened once.
You
in
don't see that.
basketball.
Yeah.
And second round is even hard to watch through.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull this jersey out. This is the white. They were wearing the
Yellow.
They did the yellows today, right? So I have, because I gave you one, I have 3 of these white ones, and I was thinking about doing a giveaway, but I think instead what I'd like to do is maybe a trade. If anybody has the old blue, I know that one's might be worth more or something. I'm not trying to sell any of this stuff. I just like to collect it to be cool. If anybody has a blue that's extra and they want to get a white, let me know. This is a medium. I don't know if I have medium and extra large, but this is a medium. And if anybody went to the game tonight and picked up a yellow and they'd like to have a white instead, I'd be happy to trade with you. So hit us up in Twitter or Facebook DMs. Just get a hold of us. And first come, first serve kind of thing, I guess. And we'll figure out how to make a trade with you guys. Especially if you're local, it's a lot easier. I can probably meet up with you. What's the deadline? There is no deadline. The deadline is when I make 2 trades, essentially.
Right.
So, yeah. So if anyone's interested in getting a white instead and you have extras of the other ones, let me know. I'll happily trade with you. I just think it'd be cool to have one of each. So let me know. Moving on.
All right, I got one more here, and then we picked up the game. We could tell the game ended because all of a sudden we got like 10 more people
Nice.
right away.
Hey, welcome and thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Luke also says he wants to start calling LeBanc Chichu too because of how many goals he scores off Thornton.
Yes.
Thornton makes everybody better.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at the history of it, right? So I mean, Chichu, you got Setaguchi.
Thornton likes right-handed shots.
Fair enough. Give him a right-handed shooter.
Setaguchi,
Yeah.
LeBanc.
Give him a right-handed shooter, and he's happy. That's all you need. Yeah. So, no, I think you're absolutely right. I mean, obviously not 50 goals, but, I mean, he, like you said, he can make your son a 20-goal scorer in this league, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just the magic of Joe Thornton. And I love that everybody said, oh, he's too old. Oh, he's too slow. And it's like, it doesn't matter, man. If you get him the puck and you give him time and space, he's going to make you pay for it. It doesn't matter how slow he skates. It doesn't matter how old he is. The guy works hard, I'll tell you that. I've been to plenty of practices now that age is no longer something that I say, oh, he's too old or whatever. No, the guy works hard. He really does. So you can't say that about the guy.
By the way, Robot A29 suggesting instead of Chichu, Cheetu.
G2.
Like CHETWO.
Nice.
But you got to work a LeBanc in there somehow.
I don't know. Thank you.
Although, do you? Because Pickles is not the last. I mean,
Not really. Yeah.
anyways,
No, whatever.
I'm gonna stop making you. Anyways. Somebody actually mentioned Misfit says, let me check the closet. They may have a blue, but they're not local anymore.
Misfit. That's a Discord user right there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Misfit. You're from Discord, I believe. Other than that, you have the same user and name as somebody in Discord then. But anyway. Cool, yeah, let me know. That'd be great. I'd love to work a trade out.
I gotta turn this off because it's so distracting.
But that? Well, we're not going to be able to hear it anyway, so it's all interviews
I
and
guess we
stuff
can
now.
watch the highlights of.
Nah, it's okay. We're good.
All right.
All right. Let me read one off here. Sharks look frantic tonight. Sorry. Let me actually read one off.
Yeah, sure. That'd be great.
Sharks looked frantic and out of sync against Washington. What do you think was wrong? I think it was clear we needed Karlsson's puck possession in this game.
You hit it. You hit it right on the head, bud.
I think Burns was a little worn out. Not worn out and tired, but just he can only do so much by himself, I think, back there. And again, not that the other defenders are terrible, but not having Karlsson back there is a big deal. And you see the difference tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Tonight, there was the
Couture goal.
Yeah, the Couture goal.
Like, Karlsson actually got kind of beat and then turns and breaks up that pass.
So
perfectly.
The Couture goal, and prior to that, the Timo goal. Because he brought the puck in across the neutral zone, which, again, was something that we were missing in the Washington game. And I kept saying, I'm like, man, it'd be nice to have Erik Karlsson right now because it seems like every time we get to the neutral zone, we get flipped around and going back the other way, right? And that's what Erik Karlsson does. He helps you get that puck across. Now, again, going back to what would be better, Tavares or Karlsson? I don't think Tavares does that for you on whatever, regardless of which offensive line is out there. He does that maybe when his line's out there. Karlsson's able to get you that offensive chance regardless of which forward line is out there. And that's what I like so much about having an offensive-based defenseman like that who can skate and is so confident with the puck.
I mean, having two.
Two of them, sure.
Burns and Karlsson.
Well, so and I got into a little bit with somebody else on Facebook. It wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad, okay? But so someone was saying,
wins Facebook arguments.
I know, and it wasn't an argument. It was a point raised. That's all. And so this person was like, "Yeah, we already have that. His name is Brent Burns." And I'm going, "Yeah, but how wonderful is it that we have two of those?
Yeah.
If they're playing half the game between the two of them, right? One's playing 30 minutes, the other one's playing 30 minutes, or I mean, not that much, obviously, but 27." I mean, teams have to deal with this for pretty much the entire game. Like, I'll take that over having just one of them, right? So that's the way I see it. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's great. And yes, you're absolutely right. We were missing that against Washington. We didn't have that against Washington. A lot of the goals that went in, I don't really blame Jones for that. We had weird breakdowns that kind of went the other way and weird bounces and things
Washington
were going on.
had some great bounces go that way. That's how it happens sometimes. I mean, in a 7-game series, you're not going to see those kind of bounces go every single game towards their way. And if there are, then whatever. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Deb asking or statement here.
Okay.
And then a question.
Yeah.
Jones's stats when he has 30+ saves in a game, he is like 29, 4, and 4. Should we give up some soft shots?
We talked about this before.
As a goalie, it can be helpful.
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right. We talked about this.
Yeah. A long time ago.
Yeah. Well, basically, what I was saying
I think
was
it was in November when you were struggling.
I feel like you have to put some shots on goal for Jones. I felt like the possession was hurting us almost because he wasn't feeling the puck at all.
It's getting a little cold.
Yeah. When you're sitting there and your team has like such crazy possession numbers, right? And they're holding the puck in the zone the whole time, and you're sitting there as a goalie going,
he's out there in right field picking dandelions, and somebody's like, "Ball!"
Yes, okay, like that.
I think the other part of the problem is they block so many low end shots that he's only getting the high quality shots at him.
Yeah.
And that's to ask a goalie to stop 20 high quality saves versus 30 saves where 10 of those are not high quality is a little their save percentage is going to be a little higher. So I think that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Being the cold, and it's always high danger shot. Not always, but most likely it's all high danger shot.
We had a stat that we brought up that they have the most number, or had, I don't know if it's changed since then, probably a little bit's changed because the defense has gotten tighter.
Yeah.
But, towards the beginning of the season, it was the Sharks were giving up the most number of high danger percentage shots. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, a lot of those were from breakaways because we were giving 2-on-1s. We were just not even defending the puck at all. I mean, there's so many times where it was just like, I'm scratching my head going, what are we doing defensively? We're hanging him out to dry. And then, of course, the fan base is yelling at Jones for it. And I'm going, whoa. It's not Jones, guys.
Yeah.
And I read an article from Paul Gackle, I think is who it was, and he was saying, well, the Sharks' defense has tightened up and Jones' game has followed suit. I'm going to bring this up during the show. You guys are going to get a little bit of a preview right now. No, Jones has been playing well the whole time. I got news for you. It's the defense has sucked around him, and that's what's driving his numbers down. Jones' save percentage numbers, I'm convinced, is more reflective not of his play and his ability, but of the defense around him. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing lots of high danger shots that are going in, and that doesn't get reflected in your save percentage that, a lot of these are high danger, right? All you're seeing is that the fact the puck's going in. You're not accounting for the fact that the majority of those in the beginning of the season were 2-on-1s, breakaways, odd man rushes and whatnot, and it's just defensive breakdowns. I think, again, those numbers are more indicative of the defense around him, and it's not that Jones has stepped his game up at the same time that the Sharks defense has stepped up. I think it's reflective of the fact that the Sharks defense has stepped up.
There's a great example of former Sharks player Thomas Greiss. You remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He had one of the worst save percentages last season for the Islanders, and he's still in the Islanders, and this year he's the number 1 or 2 goalie in the league. Him and Robin Lehner are both leading the league in save percentage. And what changed? The coach, Barry Trotz, came in and his whole system of team defense first and then break out from there. And so you see there's a huge difference when the team defense is working and stifling other teams like the Islanders are doing.
So Aaron, let me interrupt real quick. Then you're saying a coaching change can take something that is the worst.
No.
Just the team defense, and I think this goes back to we threw out a stat the other day about the team meeting, right? Since the team meeting, the record the Sharks have had, they've been number 2 team.
They've been a different team since the meeting,
But you see that the team defense got a little bit better.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect. It hasn't been perfect, but once they started doing that, and they even said that in their meeting, and they've made it public, that start with the team defense, start with defending your goal, and then the offense will come off of that. And when we see the Sharks do that, they are practically unstoppable.
And there was an interesting stat that they put up on the broadcast today. Since he got into the league, Erik Karlsson has led all defensemen in assists, points, and takeaways.
Wow. Which
is an interesting stat. So you've got Erik Karlsson out there. He's able to take the puck away in the defensive zone. He's able to skate the puck in through the zone.
Transition it.
That is the most complete defensive player that you can have right there. A guy who you can rely on to take the puck away when it's needed, and the same guy can bring that puck up and across and into the offensive zone. That's 200 feet, right? And it's an amazing talent. That is Erik Karlsson that we have on this team. And anybody who was saying previously, like, oh, it's just not going to work. I mean, we were one of them saying it's not going to work having Burns and Karlsson. I mean, we were wrong. And I'm glad that we were wrong, right? Oh, that was episode number 1. But, I mean, again.
You guys wanted Tavares first.
I really did. I really did. And you know what? I'm really glad that we didn't. I'm not saying that Tavares is bad. I'm not saying that we are a worse team with Tavares. By any means, we're a great team with Tavares.
We'd be a much different team.
Exactly. I think we're a better all-around team working from the defensive side going forward. And I think that meeting is a testament to that, right? Focus on team defense, get the puck back, then move it up and out. And I think that's exactly what Erik Karlsson has delivered to this team. And I'm just really happy with where we're going. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to switch subjects here real quick, and then probably end up back there again.
Okay.
So one real quick, Misfit does say, I think he's from
okay.
Correct, from Discord.
Yeah. Welcome,
Luke. Again, tonight looked like the puck was rolling and a lot of lost mishandles. How much is the Barracuda games, and you beat me to it, is affecting them, right?
That's what it is. But both teams have to deal with it. You're
Right.
never going to hear who's blowing up. You're never going to hear the players go, oh, well, it's because it's such bad ice, and that's why we had a hard time. But no, the other team has to deal with it too. And Logan Couture was one of the first guys to say that.
Both teams play with it, but both teams don't always have the same skill or strategy.
Yeah.
Like dump and chase teams are going to do better in that situation because that's
Bouncing
what they do. They capitalize on chances on the they put high pressure on the other team and try and get the puck and get chances. It's more like less skilled teams play better on that.
Yeah, when you play the dump with bouncy pucks like that, it makes it difficult for the defense to pick the puck up off the boards. And so while they're struggling to kind of like settle the puck down and get it on their stick, you've got a guy who's forechecking coming in at full speed and is about ready to slam you.
Yeah.
So dump and chase teams tend to do a little bit better on bad ice like that. So.
Well, my follow-up that I would have is, we're probably hitting the playoffs this season. There's no Barracuda games during the playoffs.
There was only like another game or two where it was a doubleheader. There's only 2 left. I think one of them was tonight.
Barracuda are going to make the playoffs this year, and their playoffs start like a few weeks,
almost
I
the
think.
same time.
Yeah, it's a few weeks after the Sharks, so there is a high possibility.
I don't know if they do a doubleheader though. I don't know.
Scheduling.
I'd hope they would.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought they were done before. I thought they played less games, but
I mean, I'm going to do a segment of this when we get towards playoffs, looking at the SAP schedule.
Yeah, okay.
And looking at how many concerts and other stuff that's already booked and ready to go during that time. Because if you look now, there's already stuff on the calendar during
you got to think about that too.
April, June, and concerts. They're on top of the ice. They're not taking the ice
away. Busy town, a lot of stuff going on.
Whereas SAP Center is one of the busiest arenas in the world. I mean, I think LA is the most because they have.
Because it's LA.
Well, they have the Clippers and the Kings, and concerts and venues and all that. I forgot who. I thought there was someone else in there, but yeah.
All right, so let me get back to goalies now.
Yeah. Anyway, what?
Get back to goalies.
Okay.
Lakers. Lakers and Clippers.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just talk between Bob Roski's on the trade block again, but
no.
No. I think a lot of people have already kind of said too, like he wouldn't be a good backup because he He's
he
a
wouldn't
starting
be a
goalie.
backup. Yeah, no.
And Aaron, I know you've mentioned before, his
the time.
performance in the playoffs is just nowhere.
He takes a nosedive every year in the playoffs and towards the end of the season. Why do we need a guy like that? Why would we pay for someone like that?
And if you're talking about having him as a backup, you ride one goalie generally in the playoffs.
Like, to me, a lot of people that want these trades, they want the big name, they want the media talking about it, they want all the hype that comes with it, and they don't really. I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm just saying they don't think ahead of. Okay, would this guy really help the team, right? Like, is it really going to benefit the team? If you look at the numbers, no, Bobrovsky's not going to help the team.
I'm not saying they're dumb.
Well, I don't want this to come across as
no,
being
it's going to come across. Yeah.
Whatever.
Is it on the internet? It probably happened
We'll
already.
get flamed in the comments for that.
Yep, I'm going to flame you. But I mean, I agree that a lot of people are like, oh, Crosby is available. Let's get him. And it's like, but like somebody mentioned earlier, that does more against your current setup.
Yeah, and I think you have to remember, again, you have to integrate these players. And again, the reason for me Bobrovsky, especially as a backup, doesn't make any sense is because you're going to have him, play 4 games?
Maybe.
4 or 5 games,
Down
maybe?
the stretch,
yeah.
The only reason I would ever say to have that, I mean, again, let's say Bobrovsky, his caliber from the season carries over.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason you would want him is if Jones suffered some sort of injury
Sure.
where he couldn't play. It's like, well, now you don't want your actual backup. You want your 1A and your 1B to be playing.
So I'd rather use that cap for other areas.
But last episode we talked about this in Calgary. I think this is what Calgary's Achilles heel is,
Yes.
is their goaltender situation. They have a 1A and 1B situation where they're riding the hot hand of Riddick and Smith. And during the Sharks game, they pulled Riddick after only 2 goals and put Smith in. When that happens in the playoffs, that kills confidence in the team and the goalies.
Yeah.
Now, who are you going to start the next game,
Right, I
right?
was like,
In a 7-game series, who do you start next?
Yeah.
That happens in game 3. It's like, well, do you go back to...
Do you go back to Riddick? Do you go back to Smith? And they both
Roll
gave
dice.
up 2-3 goals. So I think that's worse. Bringing in a backup that could be a starter. Jones is just fine. Dell is just fine behind him. The only reason I would see Dell get moved is if the other team is sending a non-goalie coming back the other way, and we bring up one of the guys from the Sharks or the Barracuda.
Bebo.
Or you think it would be
Bebo. No, the reason that Coronar makes more sense to me is, again, you could bring Coronar up, you can send it back down, he doesn't have to pass through waivers. Bebo, I was calling him Bebo and I got slapped on the wrist virtually. So Bebo, if he goes up, he has to get, and you want to bring him back down for whatever reason.
But
he's not working out.
If they
then
trade Dell, Bebo would stay.
Yeah, he would have to stay.
Right. So and he's probably not going to play much.
Yeah, at this point in the season,
that's what I mean.
Absolutely. Yeah, at this point in the season,
that's my point. Is
give him 4 games, whatever. Right.
If Dell were to get traded, I don't think we'd see another goalie come back.
Well, and the other thing too, you have to remember is Bebo has played with the Maple Leafs in the NHL, right, before he came over. So he has some NHL experience, which Coronar has none. And that's not so much the ability of the goaltender, because I think Coronar might actually, ability-wise, be the better goaltender, but that's more on the nerves. The guy's been in a situation where he's playing in front of a gigantic crowd, and probably in the situation where a game means something. And so I think nerves-wise, he might be the better choice. And again, at this stage, yeah, you're right. I mean, we can bring him up, have him play 4 games, ride the bench the rest of the time, and then you're only in trouble if Jones goes down. But if Jones does happen to go down, you can bring up Coronar again if Bebo's not working out. So, it doesn't really matter what you do.
Another reason I don't think they'd trade Dell is if Jones goes down, Dell is a capable
he's
goalie.
very capable.
The team knows him.
Yeah.
They know that it's a chemistry issue again. Yeah.
All that stuff. Yeah, you're right.
Somebody, our Misfit again, was mentioning, you don't want that kind of, hang on. I gotta actually get back to where I was.
Bad juju.
Well, bad juju. They, the Luongo-Schneider situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that one had its own complexities, with Luongo's contract and everything as well. But they were both legitimately starters, both legitimately all-star goaltenders. Well, so that's a little bit of a different situation. But yeah,
counterpoint here, good counterpoint. But we'll see. Anyways,
unless you're talking about Jones and Bobrovsky, in which case, they're both all-star quality goaltenders.
I think that's what they were. Okay, yeah. Deb saying last 3 Stanley Cup winners had goalie controversies. So it can't be that.
Washington?
But then somebody Luke was you're counting Penguins twice too.
Well, at that point Murray became the starter. There wasn't really any controversy.
Yeah.
It was more of they were holding on to Fleury because they knew that Vegas draft they were going to take him, and then Holtby's been fine.
Yeah,
he's started 60-something games last year. So it's
yeah,
not like,
I don't think there was. I think they had a very capable backup, but again, look at the team. If the team's doing really well and playing really well in front of their goaltenders, it doesn't matter which backup you've got in net. His numbers are going to be good. So I don't think there's a controversy there. I think again just those numbers are probably indicative of the team playing really well, clearly because they won the cup. But I think that was what the deal was. I don't think there was a controversy necessarily in Washington.
Well, that was like when we had we got Niemi from the Stanley Cup winning Blackhawks.
Yeah.
It was like, but we don't have the people who play in front of him.
Right. Well, no, Niemi was just not that great anyway.
He was a decent goalie with great defense in front of him on the Chicago team.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
why he made the first save and he saved everything down low, which for whatever reason the Sharks tried to beat him down low during that series.
Going back to the original question, which good nicknames.
The puck.
The good nicknames. The original question that we had, right?
Yeah.
Nemo?
Didn't they call him the Sloth?
Oh, really?
They called him the Sloth, I think. Yeah, maybe not the teammates,
Right.
But
I don't remember
around
that.
the league, I think he was known as the Sloth. Yeah. That's pretty bad.
He had great leg work.
I got a question, another one here. What do you guys think of the Jumbo fighting bobblehead with his beard chunk on the ice?
I think I love it.
I think it's creative.
Yeah,
And I'd love to have it on the set. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I don't.
They just
When is that-
announced
when
it
did they
today
do that one?
that it's coming up.
Yeah, when is it though?
I don't know. They announced it in the game tonight that it's not one
March
that's going
1st?
out.
March
It's-
1st.
You have to buy a special ticket. It's
Yeah.
not for the whole
Yeah,
arena.
yeah. It's so they send that one to you in the mail. It's kind of weird that the way that they do that one now, where you have to buy the ticket pack and then they send you.
They've always done that where they have special, small sections that they sell tickets and they do some kind of giveaway.
Yeah.
And I remember being a season ticket holder, I was upset because we never got the option to buy that.
It's not a small section. It's just if you buy the ticket pack, and it's wherever you sit. But it's if you buy the ticket.
Oh, it's
pack.
a pack.
Yeah. Well,
I thought it was
ticket
just a single
pack.
game ticket.
It is. It's a ticket. So you can go to like Ticketmaster and say, okay, I want to go to this game, March 1st. Is what you said. So I want to go to the March 1st game. It's going to cost me $30, whatever it is. Cool. Or you can say, I want to go to the March 1st game. I want to pay $35 or $40, and then I'll be part of the ticket pack and
you get
that
a
as well.
free bobblehead.
Yeah, that's how you do it. You got to buy the ticket pack.
Just buy the bobblehead.
I mean, you're well, yeah. I was like, but
You can only buy the bobblehead, I think, by going onto a website as a 365 member, and they give you the option to just buy the stuff outright.
Oh, they do now.
Yeah. Which I think that might be new. I don't know. I've never been a season ticket holder. I'd love to, but I just don't have the time to dedicate to going to every single game.
You guys were 10-pack.
We have a few games here and there through like her friends at work
split 'em
kind of
up.
stuff. We split them. Yeah. So we get some, but I mean, even then, we can't make all those.
Yeah.
We got 2 kids and everything else. It's just we can't make everything. So.
Yeah, a couple comments on this
Yeah.
bobblehead. Misfit, I need one.
Yeah.
Robot saying made with real jumbo beard hair. Deb saying they could probably
Please
make.
no.
Deb saying they could probably build 100 of those like that.
Gross.
Yeah.
There's real quick
Yeah.
to interrupt your thought because you know. Like,
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
There's
No,
actually
the talent's here, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm over here off camera. But no, there is actually a contest right now that ends at the end of this month, and now I'm trying to find the link for it. But basically, it's like you go to someplace and enter, and it is to have your picture taken with the entire team.
Oh yeah.
Like when they
saw
do
that.
their team photos.
Nice.
So they mentioned it on the radio today. I'm trying to find the website, but I can't.
Yeah.
It's basically like San Jose Sharks /photos, but it's
Yeah,
not. So,
there's a guy that goes to pretty much, well, not every practice, because I almost go to every practice now, but there's a guy that I see a lot at the practices, and Burnsy, when we were at the All-Star Media Day, Burnsy was yelling out to the guy in particular. He knows who this guy is now, because he's like, oh yeah, that's Joseph. He goes to all our practices and everything else, you know. That guy, if anybody needs to take a picture with the team,
He probably already has a picture of the
no, I mean like an official team photo, and then like somebody who wins this gets to be a part of it.
Yeah.
That's the dude that needs to be in there, because he's a hardcore fan for sure. Like even during the practices, he's like standing up and like cheering. Like they do like the shootout challenge back and forth, and like Burns will skate out there, go, come on Burnsy! He's like yelling and stuff. It's hilarious, man. Yeah, because normally it's just like everybody's kind of chilling, just watching it.
Quiet.
You get some oohs and ahs, but
Yeah.
like no one's like jumping out of their seat. But this guy, yeah, he does it. So Joseph, if you're out there and you're listening, man, keep it up. You're awesome. Well, not you. You're wrong, Joseph.
Misfit says no excuses. Get the season tickets. Or kids are no excuse. Get season tickets.
You're gonna watch him for me? If so,
No, not
Babysitters.
locally
We got a
anymore,
deal.
right?
Yeah.
It's not local anymore. That's the whole thing.
Yeah. Airplanes. There's no excuses.
But Westerner wants to know: did you guys finally see the horrible Tampa third jerseys? They used it again against Montreal.
I
No,
did
I meant
not.
to
look it
Can
up.
can you pull
We'll
it
look
up?
it up.
Well, I looked up Tampa Bay third jersey,
Yeah.
and from understanding, it looks like this. I mean, it's not here. You probably need a closer
dark.
look.
I
but
can't really see it. Yeah.
It's dark. I can't really tell if there's anything wrong with it myself, but
It's like
Oh, it's
gray.
got like a gradient. Yeah, it goes from like black to like gray.
It kind of looks like the
All-Star
Sharks.
jersey?
Yeah, like the All-Star jersey.
I mean, like,
I
but I don't know
don't
if
know.
I'm
I mean,
looking up.
it's not-
Let me know if I'm looking up the wrong one because it's just that black.
It's not like
I'm surprised it's
garbage, but it's.
They should have used the blue outline. Their team
Yeah,
color
I
blue.
throw a little more color in there, Otherwise, yeah, you're right. They just kind of start looking like the.
It's just kind of boring, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
different.
even for the Sharks, well, because their logo is just white. But I mean, for the Sharks,
You should
on
bring
the
in
black,
the
they
All-Star
have the
jersey.
teal one there.
Oh, you didn't buy the
I didn't buy an All-Star
the
jersey.
other one, the
Stealth.
black. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll bring my stealth in one time. Yeah. Throw
it'll
up
look
here.
good up there.
Yeah. No.
Nobody will see it because it's still.
It's.
It's up
You're-
to, no, it's right
Just
there.
like you can't see these Burns, the Burns jersey or the Burns backpack.
Oh yeah, I
It's
wanted to bring.
camo.
This, I wanted to show you this one too. We went to there was the one of the Barracuda games that they
Yeah.
had. It was the Kentucky Thoroughblades night, and they had Dan Boyle there, and they had Smith, Mark Smith. I'm trying to remember Nabokov, and then Coach Hedberg, Johan Hedberg was there, and so my kids had the little backpack thingy. I don't even know what this is.
Jersey backpack.
Yeah, sure. And so they they signed it all four of them, so it was cool. And just like, just thought I'd bring this in. I don't think I'll actually put it up now that I look at our set. We have to do some rearranging on the set here, guys. If anybody's got some cool stuff to send our way, maybe to some baubles, or I mean, we had people send us sticks and stuff too. So any cool stuff you want to have us display, we don't have to keep it. We can send it back to you, or if you want to donate it, that's cool too. And super chat. That's right. Are we saying super chat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no! Look at this. FGFS, $2.
Oh, hey, thanks.
FGFS in the house.
We know we need a bell so that when we have the super chat, we just like hit the
Big
bell.
siren goes
Yeah,
off. In the
there you go.
background.
Hey, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. All of the proceeds of super chat and
I was scrolled
buying-
up. I was scrolled up. I missed it because I actually wanted to redo a question here for you. That you mentioned the coach. Somebody asked, "What do you?" No. Do you think DeBoer is the best coach on the Sharks have ever had?
DeBoer.
Nope. DeBoer.
DeBoer.
No, yeah, DeBoer. Is he the best coach that the Sharks have ever had?
For this team and this personnel, I think he's the best coach for them.
I can't really say one. Right. Doug Wilson. He's inherited like a really good team, and then they got Erik Karlsson as well. So it's like I don't know. I mean, a lot of it is your coaching style and how far that'll take you. And I think his philosophy on coaching, maybe we'll say, has worked well with the team. Obviously, because they're doing such a great job right now. You're not going to see anybody be labeled as the best coach until you win a cup, I'm sure, that the Sharks have ever had, until they win a cup.
I think he is very good with this team and knows the ins and outs of everybody, especially because he tinkers the lineup, and it seems to work when he does it. More often than not, I mean, not always, but he tinkers a lot, and it's like people question, like, why did he do that? That's stupid.
Yeah.
And then, oh, wow, it worked. Like, in the very beginning, when was it Meyer and Couture and Hurdle were together, and then they broke it up, and he put Hurdle on the third line, or a different line, his own line.
They broke it up, and then it didn't work out, and then he put it back together, and it worked for a little bit, and that didn't work out, and then it was like, okay, let's put Jumbo like with Sorensen and LeBanc, and then we'll kind of shuffle these
was out for a while too, so they had to do that,
So
but
once they kind of reshuffled everything, and again, it's a testament, right? He was shuffling people up. He put them in the blender beforehand to kind of figure out who works well with each other, even if it means we lose some chemistry, they don't look good, maybe we lose a game because of it, but you know what? In the long haul, I'm able to see now how these guys are going to work together, and I think it's paid off. So, I mean, I look at the lines now, and we don't have a first line. We have two solid scoring lines, and then a third line that is... I mean, LeBanc got a hat trick the other day, and he's on like a 3 or 4 game like scoring streak, I think is what it was. Although tonight he didn't get anything, I don't think. So that might have
Trade
been
him.
Yeah, trade him. Yeah, trade him. No, he's But I mean, you get what I'm getting at, right? I mean, those 3 of those lines are definite threats. That last line, the Goodrow, Karlsson, Gambrell, insert player here line.
Yeah.
You know, but that, I mean, they're not out there to try to, you know, on your PK. So, I mean, they have to be on a line, obviously. So, you know, you have them there. And I'm not expecting too much from that line. I'm just hoping that they don't get lit up. And if they don't get lit up, then I'm happy.
They usually call that line the energy line. You
Yeah.
give energy to your team.
There you go.
To the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
You go out there and work your butt off and
Yeah.
sit some guys and maybe get some scoring chances, which they tend to do. And don't give up any goals, which they do a pretty good job of not doing.
Yeah, I mean, again, up and down the lineup, I'm pretty happy with it. Going back to the question of, you know, is DeBoer the best coach the Sharks have ever had?
Well, he's the only coach that's got them to the finals.
That's true. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. But again, I mean, I think you could almost insert any coach, and this team's going to do really well. But, it's the philosophy and how they work together. And like Aaron said, how he kind of puts them all in the blender, and it seems to come out okay. So, yeah, he's probably one of the better coaches. I think if you ask Randy Hahn, he'll probably say Sutter,
Definitely.
right? He'll probably say Sutter.
Yeah.
Sutter's one of his favorite coaches, but that might be for more personal reasons than you know, his actual coaching ability. I don't know. But, I mean, it's a good question.
2 cups under his
All right,
belt.
got another question for you. Not Sharks related, but somebody's saying, what do you guys think of the Hurricane celebration tonight? I don't know if you saw it or not.
I didn't see tonight.
I didn't see tonight's. I saw the one where they were playing baseball. Yeah, I saw
Sounds
that
a walk-off.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then thoughts on Nicholas. So that was James Henry. Nicholas even wants to know thoughts on John Cherry's comments saying that they're jerks.
You know what? They're not jerks. They're having fun. They're having a good time.
Don Cherry is your drunk uncle that likes to yell at everybody that get off his lawn. He's awful. He's awful. He's a very conservative guy, and he's just... they put him on camera because they know what he's going to say.
Yes.
And he wears ridiculous suits.
Yeah. He wears ridiculous suits. They know he's going to open his mouth and say something controversial to a large amount of the fan base, and it's going to drum up conversation.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Of course. I knew. I haven't even heard Don Cherry talk, and I knew he would not like that. Because it's not good old boys hockey.
No, of course.
Whatever.
I like it. I think that it's fun for the game. I think, you know, as long as their fans are enjoying it and as long as their team is enjoying it, and it's not affecting their ability to play. Clearly, it's not because they're doing it, which means they're winning.
It's working.
Right?
It's different and it's working.
If they were losing games, they wouldn't be doing the celebrations, and it wouldn't be a thing. So they're winning games. I don't know. I think it's fun for them, and to heck with it. Let them have it.
If you don't like the celebrations, beat them, and they won't do it.
There you go.
It's a good way.
And you only have to beat them in their house because they're not going to celebrate on your ice.
That I think would be a
punk
bit
move if they did.
Yeah, I was like, that would be a bit different if they were on the road and doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you went on the road, you team hug and move off the ice here.
By the way, what's the timeline? What are we doing here?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, what are we're looking at for time? We're at time, but we now have 35 people watching, which is more than we had 10 minutes ago, kind of thing. So
Okay, that's fair.
10 more minutes.
Okay.
10 more minutes.
So those folks that are joining in and you're kind of becoming a part of this, that's great. Can you please let us know, again, where you are coming from, either like the state that you're in, because, again, a lot of us is not Californians. It's folks from all over the place, which is great. Yeah, or country, yeah, if you're from Sweden.
I know.
No, it wasn't. It was H-E-J.
Heja.
But
Heya.
no, it's I guess it's hey.
silent.
I think it's just hey.
Yeah.
Is how you pronounce it.
Sure.
I was gonna say hej, but that's wrong. And I put it on the Google Translate. It's like hey. I'm like,
Well, in German they use
kind
a
of-
J as a Y.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So like ha ha ha
Uh-huh.
is, or as an H, I guess. Ha 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 is J-A-J-A. That's how they type ha ha.
That's Spanish.
All right, yeah, this is
Ja ja ja.
riveting, but we
Go
got 10
ahead.
more minutes.
Yeah, sorry.
What do you guys think the fourth line will look like game one of the playoffs? Will they get Radil back in there?
Oh, that's a good question.
I don't know. It depends on, I think it's a matchup thing. Because Radil's a bigger dude. So if they're playing a big body team like Anaheim, not that they're playing Anaheim, but a team like Anaheim where they're bigger bodies, I think they would throw him in there. If they're not, then I don't think. And it also depends. We still think they're probably going to get a fourth line center.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like they're going to go out and get a fourth line center still. But even if they didn't, I think much like you wouldn't play the hot hand of goaltenders in the playoffs, you kind of pick one guy and stick with them, right? I think the other way around for that fourth line, I think you do play the hot hand, whoever is just doing well. So if it's Dylan Gambrell for a stretch, put Dylan Gambrell in. If he's not doing too well, throw Radil in, right? If
And you'll know-
Gaudreau's going up and down, switch them out. You know,
I guess if your issue is who are you going to be able to play on the fourth line. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Your top three lines are solid, and you're just like, I gotta figure out how to get this fourth line going.
Yeah, excellent point by you right there. I mean, really, if that's what we're worried about, is the guys who are going to soak up the least amount of minutes on the team.
Let's say you'll know in the playoffs.
Great.
Usually that fourth line is getting like less than 6 minutes a game. They're not getting many shifts. They're not getting anything in the third period. Nothing in overtime. So if you're seeing the fourth line getting any minutes in the third period, it's either because we're way ahead or we're way behind.
All right, I'm going to go through, because you asked for locations. Let me give you some locations here real quick. We got Columbia, Maryland.
Nice.
San Jose, Oakland, Miami, Florida, Sacramento, Cooley, North Carolina, Watsonville, California, Vancouver, British Columbia, San Jose, born and raised. Checking in from San Mateo. And a couple that are just saying, like, moved in here from the Bay, but still catch you whenever. That was the guy who was in Miami, Florida. So
nice.
So they're still watching they're watching in Miami from the Bay.
I was gonna say, so it's got to be like what, 1 something in the morning?
A misfit.
Wow.
So let me go.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate it, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then another one from Utah. They were Bay native until they went to Utah. Sorry.
Well, no. So that's a Discord user. Whoever that is.
That was Misfit. But I didn't mention any of the other names, so I was like, because I wanted to go through them really quick.
I heard someone earlier. They were like, here in Utah, it's talking about they couldn't get beer because they couldn't bring beer into Utah because it's all 3.2% or whatever, and so it's like illegal. He's like, but that doesn't stop me. I'm not gonna rat you out. Don't worry about it.
Then we got a second.
May have already ratted you out. I'm sorry.
We got a second Florida person on here. So
nice.
So I haven't seen this, so I'm going to have to look it up. But have you guys seen the Don Cherry player name mispronunciation compilation video?
No, but I will.
It's hilarious.
This, I have to check that out.
And now back to an actual. Now, Nicholas Egan asking, how many more games does Dell play the rest of the year? Feel like we should be balanced playing between him and Jones.
How many games do we have left? 20 something.
Balance playing is in 1-for-1.
No, not so.
I think what we're going to see is
Two-thirds.
If there's a back-to-back, he's going to play the back-to-back, depending on the weaker opponent maybe. And then if there's no back-to-backs, probably every fourth game will probably be down.
I was going to say probably 4-1 is what we're going to see down the stretch here. We only got like, what, is it 20 games left? I don't know how many we have left.
Yeah.
I think it's 20. It's
in that ballpark. More than 20. 25 maybe.
Okay, yeah, somewhere in that ballpark. I think maybe, based off of that, he probably gets about 5 games. Maybe 6.
Yeah, 6 to 7 maybe.
Okay, sure. So in that
if
ballpark.
It gets towards the end of the season and the Sharks are kind of locked in their position, they're not going to go up or down anywhere, maybe we'll see another game or two. Yeah, just to get him a lot more rest before the playoffs start.
That's fair.
Real quick, just guess is that Dell will probably get 5 more games. I saw this question earlier and I missed it. Do you think that Timo time is heating up?
Yes. Well,
is it going to be Timo time again?
So.
I think he's been getting his scoring chances and haven't been able to bury him. Which I think we talked about this last week in the episode. He hasn't been able to bury him, but he's kind of like what Kane went through in December. He went through a real long stretch without a goal, but he was still getting the most amount of high danger scoring chances. Meyer's the same situation where he's not He wasn't. He did again tonight, but he was kind of going into a slump, and he was still getting his chances, so he wasn't burying them. So you're going to see they call it puck luck. You're going to see a lot more puck luck going his way. It kind of bounces back. So I think we're going to see him scoring a lot more. He'll probably get to 30 now. He's at 21 after tonight.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see him. We'll probably have 3 or 4 30-goal scorers on the team, which is insane.
Insane, yeah. I mean, we there was a stat, I think 10 players have 10 goals or more on the Sharks now, which is the most out of anybody in the league.
You have 5 20-goal scorers right now?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy, too.
I mean, again, it goes down to the depth, and it speaks to the thought of, again, let's go back to having Tavares. If Tavares goes down, that's a whole lot that's going wrong. If Hurdle goes down, it sucks. But again, you've got guys on the back end who are able to feed all 4 lines the puck and get that puck into the offensive zone. I think that's more valuable. I could be wrong, but I think that's more valuable, and I think we've seen that be more valuable.
It's like Thornton being able to bring up his line mates.
Yeah.
Karlsson and Burns are able to bring up the rest of the team.
Yeah, they're bringing up their line mates.
But the forwards and the
exactly,
defensemen.
Yeah. They're bringing up their line mates, but their line mates is everybody, right? So...
So a couple people who are just saying, I'm assuming they're thanking you because you're keeping them awake. They got college life and late nights here. I'm waiting for a question to come in because I missed a question earlier and I was scrolling up to try to find it, but I couldn't see it. But real quick, what do you guys think about Malkin's nasty slash and only a 1-game suspension?
It's Malkin. If it was someone else, it'd be 2.
Okay, that's fair. If it was Crosby?
Somebody else not
Okay.
named Malkin or Crosby, it would be
McDavid?
twice as long.
Yeah.
It'd be 2 games.
Yeah, that's probably true.
McDavid took a leaping cross check to Couture's face and didn't get even a penalty. So
If it was Tom Wilson, that would be a 40-game ban.
my joke is
Rafi
always.
Torres is still sitting out for
No,
that.
I was like, my joke is always like Rafi Torres had to come back out of retirement and was suspended for
Yeah.
20 games. You know. So
Real quick, before the next question there, I wanted to thank somebody who did the super chat earlier. I wanted to thank him for that. Again, any of the super chat proceeds basically go back into the show, making it work. We don't make money on this
Yeah.
show. That's a huge joke here. And then
It's
any
not
of the
a joke. It's true.
No, I know it's a joke that we Anyway, so the store and all the merchandise, same thing. All that money goes into the show. It's not like we're rolling in dough here. So if you guys are want to support the show monetarily, that's really the best way to do it, is to get a piece of merch. And if you do happen to pick something up from the store, first of all, thank you. And secondly, please do go ahead and take a picture of that, send it to us, DM or Twitter or whatever it is, and we'd love to put that up on Facebook and just kind of have like a little bit of a wall.
Hashtag Fin Factor in the wild.
Yeah, that'd be great. Fin Factor in the wild?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's out in the wild.
In the wild. Sure, why not?
In the deep, like
I
deep
think
water.
I tried starting up like TFF sightings or something like that, but it didn't really go anywhere. Because
Because you didn't see anyone.
I'm not a Twitter person. I'm sorry. I mean, I am, but I'm not.
This is true.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got anything else over there? He's
uh,
doing this. What are you reading?
Can you find Karen's question?
no, well, and it's weird because YouTube is telling me that looks like 2 different people when I'm scrolling up.
Journey's
Karen-
glasses.
I don't need glasses. I need.
You need to
So does Karen? You said Karen has a question. Is Karen?
Karen from San Jose.
Karen from San Jose. Hello, Karen from San Jose. Is it Karen Fong?
It just says Karen
Karen, are you Karen Fong?
or Carin. Carin. And I'm looking for the question, but I
IN
apologize
now.
because I literally do not see it, and anyways, sorry.
Okay.
I'm so bad at this.
Karen or Corinne, put your question in the chat again because Joe didn't see it.
Yeah. Meyer got same goal against Vancouver as he did on Monday.
Same kind of goal.
Same kind of
What
goal,
do you mean?
probably. Tic-tac-toe, or because I missed the Meyer goal today. What was it?
The Meyer goal was
He was out in front of the net.
Kane
in the
fired it
slot.
from behind the net, fired it over to Karlsson, and
Karlsson fed
what a
him.
beautiful pass!
Yeah.
Oh my god! I thought much like the Hurdle overtime goal, I thought when Meyer caught the pass, I'm like, he didn't one time it, he flubbed it, because he caught it and dusted it off a bit and then shot, but it was just enough for Markstrom to slide over and he put it in. So
Paul, it's Karen from Discord.
from Discord.
Carin from Discord.
Okay, I'll have to look. I don't
Was
recognize CAR.
was that what the question was? Maybe
I don't know. Maybe.
Does Doug make a move before the trade deadline?
Depends on injuries. Depends on.
Even if without injuries, I think you want one more guy in case of an injury.
Yeah.
Right?
Depth.
Why wait for the injury?
Center depth.
Mhm.
I think an Eric Fair type player like last year. I think that was a big boost for the Sharks. Sharks are obviously third line with Thornton on there. They're gonna have a lot of mismatches in the first round. Maybe not so much in the second or third round, assuming they get that far. But if you can get that Eric Fair type player on the fourth line and they're starting getting some scoring punches in the playoffs, that's going to help your team a lot. So I think it was Coach Herr last week said, it was quoted saying like, basically in the playoffs, your first and second lines cancel each other out, and the differences are the third and fourth lines. So not that we need a huge scoring punch on the fourth line, but probably a veteran player that plays 200 feet, responsible, and has a little bit of a scoring punch.
I think.
Aaron, stop rubbing your hands. This is not ASMR.
That's the one where they talk like this, and then they and they try to get you to fall asleep or something.
Sorry, can you hear that in my
Yeah,
hands?
apparently, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, you're right next to your mic when you do that. So.
What was it? The third line, the mismatch. So I think I'm just trying to remember what he said. He was doing ASMR over here, whatever it is. I think the third line is where you're going to see the biggest mismatches, and I think that fourth line, I'm not too worried about that, but I think our third line, if you want to call it Joe Thornton line, that's going to go out there is really going to dominate other teams' third lines. And I think if they're dumb enough to play their first or second line against the Joe Thornton line, they're going to have to throw their third line out against one of our top lines, right? And that's, again, that's where the mismatch gets created.
And that's also where you get home ice advantage in playoffs because you get last change. So on a face-off, other than on icing, on the face-off, you get the home team gets, but they basically make the away team pick.
We're not going to be able to do that. I don't care what forward group you have out there. You're not going to be able to D up on a line that has Burns on it and a different line that's got Karlsson on it.
I'll interrupt you real quick because we got the question here. What do you guys, what do you think of the 44-65 tonight in the game?
Final minute.
Karlsson looked great. I think Pickles looked all right.
I can't really say for sure. A lot of the time I was listening on the radio, so I couldn't really see what was going on between them. But I did hear casters are picking on a specific player. There's usually something going on with them because they generally try to be, you know, a little more like
uplifting.
Uplifting, exactly, yeah. And so when he was picking apart Vlasic, I'm going, man, and it's Hedekin.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a defenseman, right? So he knows. So he's picking apart Vlasic's game. I don't know. I think maybe we've seen a little bit of a regression with Vlasic back to where he was beforehand, and I'm just hoping he figures out whatever the issue is with him. I'm hoping he gets that figured out before playoffs start.
And Karlsson just came back, so it's going to take him a couple games to mesh.
Yeah.
I think him and Vlasic. I mean, hopefully Vlasic returns to form. But
yeah, I think for me, and I answered this question in another Facebook thing. It's like, you know, I don't think you really needed to make any changes on defense. I think the combination of Dylan and Karlsson was working really well, and there's no reason to mess with that. I think Burns and Shimmick have worked really well, and there's no reason to touch that, and they haven't. And I think that Vlasic and Braun have played so well together for so long, it doesn't make any sense to break that group up. That's how I see it. So I don't know if I would do anything else with the defensive pairings, but regardless, I am not the head coach. I am merely the host of this show.
Right.
I'm sorry for rubbing my hands if anybody's falling asleep right now. Ew. Ew. Anyway, that is the end, thankfully, of our pre-shoot here, and our post-game, I guess, is the first time we've ever done this one. So
it's not really a post-game.
yeah, but it happened post-game,
right?
Really. So we're not doing this every game or anything. This is just, we had a scheduling conflict on Sunday. We decided to shoot on Saturday, and there happened to be a game that was still coinciding with this. So anyway, that's the end of this one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate all your comments and your questions, and we really do appreciate, again, the Super Chat, the $2 Super Chat person. Thank you again.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate you guys doing that. Anybody who buys from the store, again, please go ahead and send us a picture. I see you guys are buying stuff, but I haven't got any pictures yet. So we need some proof. Is that it?
I don't know. That's it.
Cool.
So we're going to film episode 37. That should come out. I think we're going to release it on Monday, not tomorrow. So look for it on Monday, President's Day.
Yeah.
So if you're not working, I will be. Check out the video.
Okay. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and relax.
Bye-bye. Bye.